Right, hello everyone. Welcome to Tuesday Night with Hilly, and we are, of course, with WAOF1 for round 19 of season, the penultimate race of the season. We're at Spa-Francorchamps, Belgium, and I'm waiting for my interviewer or interviewee even to actually join the lobby. So I'm just going to message him now. Right. Well, here we go. I suppose we can have a quick look at standards and stuff. I'm just double checking the constructors. I don't think it's been finished yet. I think there's some scenarios for tonight, but let's just have a quick look. Right. So yeah, standings. Alpine lead the way in the constructors on 587. Um, Still catchable for McLaren, who are on 529, and Aston Martin 498, Alfa Romeo 469, Red Bull 450. That's the top five. You've then got the Williams and the Haas actually joint in sixth on 433, Mercedes 8th on 419, Tauri 370, and Ferrari 341. If they can keep getting after them, see if they can get off the bottom of the standings. In terms of the drivers, guys, obviously we know Carsey's already champion, but there's lots going on behind him. Reed at the moment is occupying P2, but I think he said today that he can't make the last race next week, so he's got an 18-point lead at the moment over Gunnar, who occupies third. It was just messaged to say he can now make the race, and as we had a very last second dropout, I think he's going to be allowed in, which is good news. Wales then in P4 on 290, Sainty on 285, but not playing F1-22 anymore. He'll be back for 23. And then we drop down to 258 for Mackenzie, but having a good season, Mackenzie in P6. So, yeah, still lots to play for. Carsey may have won the title, but there's still the second and third spots are definitely up for grabs. The level of competition in this league, I think second and third are very might be exceptional performances to hit those two positions in this league. To be fair, still waiting for several drivers. 4 minutes left. One of those drivers, unfortunately, is my interview. Right, let's. Just look. Operator. I wonder if operator will join if I send him an invite because he's not done it before. Right, so we go. I think operator's joining us. So, hello, operator. Hello. Right. I just wondering if you don't mind, Matt. I don't know if you see my message in the chat, but just wondering if you could do the interview if you don't mind, as Meat Bro has only just got in the lobby. It's too late for him. So, um, excellent. You top man. Oh, I do like it when somebody's so cooperative. Um, right. Okay. Well, operator, thanks for joining me then. First of all, how are you? Good. We're at the penultimate race of the season here at Spa, Francorchamps, and how are you feeling? Are you looking forward to the season ending? Yeah. So you still got a lot on the line at the moment. So I just had a look at the constructors, funny enough, but I've already forgotten exactly the scenarios. So at the moment you've got a very healthy lead actually of 58 points. Um, So it's a really good result. If you can pretty much if you can outperform the McLaren and the Astons today, um, but especially McLaren, then you'd think that would be wrapped up then for next week. Yeah, so definitely. And who is McLaren tonight? So it's Moomin and Mamos. They're a very strong team. But so I mean, even if you can't outperform them, if you can keep anything they can gain back on you to the minimum, then sets you in great stead. So hopefully you're heading towards a championship. It would be fantastic for this season if you could pick up a title. Um, so are you going to be with us for F1 23? Excellent. Have you done the early purchase, or are you waiting for the 16th? Oh right, so you're not gonna have it straight away. Oh, that's gonna be a difficult sort of 10 days for you. Seeing everybody else putting stuff in a I'd stay away from Discord for 10 days, I think. Right, mate. I'm obviously aware that we haven't got very much time. It's already 59, so if we get on with the silly questions, really. So I'm gonna do the what or who is your favourite. We haven't done this before, have we? No, that's right. We did it in PRF1, didn't we? But that don't count here, so we could still do it with you again. So we may have done it before, but the people listening tonight wouldn't have heard. So here we go then. So it's all well, you know the score then. It's all what or who is your favourite. I wonder if you actually answered the same as last time. I'll have to cross-reference, see if you do. Right. So what's your favourite colour? What's your favourite food? What's your favourite cheese or roast? You could have cheese on your roast, I suppose. Bit of cauliflower cheese. That'd be all right. What's your favourite animal? Favourite Formula One team? What's your favourite drink? Yeah. Who's your favourite singer or band, past or present? Nice. Okay. Who's your favourite football team? Okay. What's your favourite Formula One track? Okay. That's a good one. I think we're there next week actually, so be good. What's your favourite TV show? Oh, I've not heard of that one. Okay. Who's your favourite Doctor Who? Okay, I'll let nobody ever seems to have really watched it. To be honest, it seems to be so popular, but nobody's ever watched it. Um, who's your favourite Formula One driver? Again, past or present on that one? Of course, the legend. Um, and who is your favourite WAOF1 admin? Oh, God, you've just gone down in my estimations. Yes, because because I'm the commentator and I can say horrible things about you. It's um, oh, fair enough. Somebody's got to like him, I guess. So fair enough. Right, and the final question, of course, the silly question. I'm really thought of one for you, so it's just off the top of my head. If you could be a Monopoly piece, what piece would you be and why? Oh, the car. And why? Because it's a race car and you're a race driver. It makes sense. You know, it does make sense. And that's including the thimble. They added a thimble to it. You don't want to be a thimble? Stick with the car. All right then. Oh well, okay. I'll take the battleship then when we play. That was always my favourite. All right then, mate. Well, look, qualifying is just underway. Matter of seconds in, and obviously you're in a big battle tonight, so I want to make sure you get all your runs in. So get yourself out there. Best of luck, and I hope it all goes well for yourself and Carsey tonight. All right, good man. See you later. Goodbye. Right, okay, guys, that was Operator. Thank you to him for joining at such late notice um, due to Meatball's inability to turn up on time. He's going on the naughty list, is Meatball. He's getting a lump of coal for Christmas at the moment. But anyway, I can now say hello to the people I've missed, or couldn't answer to a minute ago. Hello, Coxie. Good evening, my friends. Need a reserve tonight. We did, but it's been filled. I think we're just waiting for him to join. I think somebody's having some trouble joining, but they are coming, from what I'm told. Hello, Victory. Good luck to you tonight on your debut. And hello, Taylor. I hope your season continues. It's up for a trajectory. I know you're sat sixth in the drivers at the moment, having a good season. And although it tells me, well, we're all going to be a little bit unsure about next season because obviously we're going to be moving to F1-23. But so nobody knows exactly where their pace is going to be, I guess, on the new game. But something tells me Taylor will be aiming for top 5 for next season, really. With his pace, as long as he carries that into the new game, then I think he will be. We're with Corey, by the way. If you're not sure who WAOF1 Corey is, that is Junkie Emperor. And congratulations to him in the Discord server. He's just become an admin in the league, so congratulations, Junkie, and it's good to have you on board. I think you do a fantastic job, personally. And it's also been announced today, people, that we are going to be running a second division on the new game. So it's not going to start immediately at the same time as Season 3 does. We're going to be building up to it. I guess it will start once we've got the drivers to be able to do it. But I think I saw someone say that it would be around about August start. But as I say, I guess that will depend a lot on when we've got enough drivers, really. So that's great news, and that's what Junkie's come on board to do. So he's going to be running that division along with James OMG, or I believe he's changed his name as well now. Let's see, WAOF1 James as well. So there you go. Two Haas boys are going to be running the second division together. We haven't quite decided on names yet. I think Oozers wants to. Oozer's got a couple of choices of names he wants, and then I think he's arguing with Carsey about what it should be called, basically, the two divisions. So, and then we'll have a name. So, who will win out of Oozers and Carsey, or will they have to maybe settle on making one decision each? We shall see. What's this new feature in the Twitch chat with the red line saying new? Can anybody else see that, or is that just me? I know it updated, but what's that all about? I've got a clue. Weird. Anyway, I think Corey's That's looked okay. It's a 45.5. We'll be going a lot faster than that before the end of the qualifying. But it's not a bad start from Corey. I'm gonna have to get used to calling him Corey. That it kind of feels a bit weird. Gonzo went fastest, immediately followed by Whale on a 45.4 for Gonzo, 45.3 for Whale. And actually a few hundredths apart from each other. This is Moomin who we're following up now to the chicane. So nobody's shouting in the chat yet saying, oh no, rain or anything like that. So I can only assume that it's fully dry. Oh, somebody's lost it. Puot. That looks like a Mercedes or possibly an Alpine. It's that sort of colour. I'll go to that in a second. Moomin's gone second, 145.0. We did go fastest actually. Then Mackenzie beat him to a 44.6 and 44.3 from Mamo. Those times are still going to come way, way down. I'm just going to see who that car was. And it's Operator. What was the chances of that after speaking to him? He'd be blaming me. You say it's something to do with me. What about Oozers? Is that a spin? I actually didn't realise that when I went to him. I was looking to see how he was getting on. But that's that second of the two right-handers. We'll do the hilly hot lap in a bit. But that's the second of those two right-handers there has become a real pain on this year's game. Seeing a lot. Seeing a lot of spins at that second right-hander. Okay, Taylor's saying rain during qualifying 1 until the race. So I think it means it's going to start raining at maybe towards the end of Q1, and we'll be wet then for Q2 and Q3, and back to dry for the race. It's good that the race is going to be dry. Hopefully that will aid. It's not a great track for the wet here, if I'm honest. SWE Noam has joined. Whoever the 20th driver was, by the way, Coxey has joined, so I was right. I thought there was somebody we were just waiting on. Oh no, you've joined. Oh, okay. I take it Whale got you in. Okay, no worries. And SWE Noam has left the session. Don't know who that is in a way, or how they got in. It says there's no seats available, it doesn't matter. So I'll just send him a quick message in the Discord admin a second. Right, Reed's gone into P3 on the mediums, 144.4. Who else we got out there at the moment? Car seat. He's only just started his lap actually. He's just coming through, or just come through Eau Rouge. Oh, Taylorson has rain during the middle of the race as well. Oh, it's going to be one of those where we've got constantly changing weather all the time. That can make Spa very, very difficult indeed. It's not an easy track at all. I still say that this is the greatest track that's ever been built, in my opinion. Just absolutely love it, going through the Ardennes Forest. And yellow flag's ahead of us, but it's somebody getting out of the way. So as long as they notice that Carsey's coming as well, they should remain out of the way. Yeah, they do. And it's an Alfa Romeo. It's all there. So Carsey out the chicane and across the line to a 43.0. I thought he was going to do a 42 in Q1 then. which would have been naughty, but a 43.0 is almost as good. Here's Oozers then. So I don't know if is it already raining. I can't see any rain just yet, but it's definitely dark. So I think there's no rain just yet. I don't think it's far off. Drivers will know a lot sooner than I do. It's not always clear on the screen when you're watching. Somebody on the night lap. So it's going to start raining. We may not see that many more laps in the session. So I'm just looking at the list there, and I've got a feeling I think Gaza in a Ferrari. Well, there's 2 Ferraris behind us on track, and Gaza's on an out lap. So I think I'll be able to go to Gaza straight after Oozers has finished this. It's looking pretty good for Oozers. As he comes across the line, 1 minute 45.0. That puts him in P9. Gaz is the first of 2 Ferraris. We ain't got to wait long, so let's go on board. And we'll do the hilly hot lap around Spa. Going out the final corner then. Get on the power as quick as you can. DRS open down to turn 1. Late braking, late turning for the apex will allow you to open up steering that much quicker and take your speed all the way up to Eau Rouge and through Eau Rouge. Slight lift from Gaza. DRS open again. Ridiculous speeds down the straight. You can see 212 and then hammer the brakes. Close to the inside as you can, pretty much right touching the curb. It's a bit of a spinny curb. So again, all the way through there, you've got to be a bit careful. I'm pretty sure it is raining now as well. And into the long right-hander. Just hang it round, get your car over to the right as quick as you can so you can open up the entry into the left. Then we head down to Pouat, which should be taken in the 7th. And I prefer 7th personally. I find it's easier to stay on the power. And down, car over to the left, ready to open up the corner to the right. And then quickly into the left. You've got to carry the speed, allow the cars to do the work through those sorts of corners. Into the double right now. Nice line out of the first one to help with the second. As I said, that corner, believe it or not, has really become every bit as spinny as Eau Rouge is on this year's game. In fact, I'd say over all the commentaries I've done, probably claim more victims in Eau Rouge. Just clearly see the raindrops on the screen now as Gaza comes up. So what used to be the bus stop chicane, just called Le Chicane, or Le Chicane now, or La Chicane, or La Chicane, I don't know. I'm not French, I don't know how to say it. In a way, Gaza goes P10, and I don't think we're going to be seeing a huge amount of improving now. So it could be that the guys in the drop zone are going to stay there. It's currently Coxey, Dorian, Damir, Operator and James Adams. See Dorian going into the pits. Damir's not improving and invalidates. It's going to be extremely difficult for guys to improve now. Let's see. Yeah, we've got movements of here comes the rain, da 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 da. Here comes the rain. And I said, I don't know where that came from. What's that song? I know it's Here Comes the Rain before anybody messages to say it's called Here Comes the Rain, Hilly. I know it's called Here Comes the Rain. Comes the rain, da, da, da. Oh well. Operator, yeah, not improving. He's 6 tenths down. He's given this a really good go, to be fair to him. really, really tried, but I think this is just... I'm sure if this was a bone dry track, he'd be really improving quite heftily here, but rain is preventing him from doing that now. Looks like, yeah, into the pits. And I don't know if James Adams will actually complete a hot lap. He's coming up to the chicane. Complete a lap or just go into the pits. Taylor, I'm screwed because I'm running low 4-1 wings. Oh dear. Yeah, that's low for the dry. I'd say those wings are good for quali, for quali and for time trial, but that's a bit low going into the race. So James is going to do a lap. Users are switched to Inters. Surely not going to come out at users. You could. I mean, you don't blame people for having a quick go out on Inters. I'm not sure whether the track's actually wet enough to use them yet, mate. That's the only thing. Obviously, it's too wet for dries, but I don't know if it's actually wet enough that you can switch into Inters in a race. James still looks like he's got quite a lot of grip here. So I would say it's pretty much on the crossover at the moment. And look, he's still going through poo on in 7th gear. So there's the DRS disabled. That's in the races. That's not something that the game's got 100% right this year. It used to be on 21. Yeah, F1-21 in 2020. Once that came up, DRS disabled, that was when you needed to be going into the pits. But that's not always the case on 22, which I think is better. Retires out, and he'll be safe in P15. James coming around to complete one lap he's had a go at, and it's going to be last for him, 148.4, so 1.3 off of Operator. We saw with Operator's lap that if he had done that in the dry, he'd have been much, much faster than what he's done, so it's hard going, I guess. As Gonzo retires from the session. So we're going to be losing Coxey, Dorian, Damir, Operator and James Adams from Q1. Everybody else will be safe. So we're just going to end up waiting, seeing a load of people sitting in the pits. Now, let's go to James, at least he's on track, even if he is just doing an in-lap. 10 seconds to go. So we are just going to be waiting for James. So Carsey tops the timings in Q1. Obviously, it's not particularly important, but maybe have a lot more time in him. Although I say that, of course, if it's going to go wet for the rest of qualifying, then that will be the fastest time we see. Just to give you an idea of what pole position was last year. So, yeah, pole position was Carsey last year here at Spa, and that was with a 1 minute 42.489. It was a really difficult race last year. It was a wet one, I can tell you that. And obviously qualifying was dry. But yeah, I've no doubt at all. Generally on this season, yeah, the pole times throughout the season have been getting quicker at the tracks that we did last year as well. So just waiting for James Adams to be pushed into the garage, which does take a moment. So if you're listening, James, just hit your retire from session button. We can move on. 1, 2, 3 on the grid last year was Carsey, on. Oh, what's happened? There we go. Right, Carsey, Danny, and Reed were 1, 2, 3, and then Racing J was in P4 on the grid. So it was one of those qualifiers where all the top boys were nailing it. Let's look at that. Next to nothing. That's what you'd like to see. 7 incidents. 3 were invalidated lap times. The other 4 were warnings for speeding into the pit lane, you know, the boys. And here we go. Then we'll head into Q2. Anybody want to make any predictions? Who's going to predict the top 3, let's say? We won't go over time today because if it's going to be raining, it's going to be almost impossible to predict. So perhaps anybody want to have a go at a top 3 prediction? I think I will go with... I'm going to go against Carsey. I'm going to say that Meatbro's going to beat Carsey to pole. So it's going to be Meatbro, Carsey, Reed is going to be my top 3. To be quite honest, you could put those 3 in any order and have about the same amount chance of getting it right, to be fair. But it is interesting. It's difficult. If the race is going to be sort of dry and wet, but quali's wet, but only intermediate wet, then, you know, how are you setting up? Would you err on the side of a wet setup? Or somewhere in the middle, maybe? Or do you just trust in your dry setup? For me, I think there's probably a sort of in-the-middle setup that would be best, but I have no idea what it is, so don't ask me. Oh, right, okay, so Taylor's saying it's going to be dry at the end of Q2 and dry in Q3. Okay, so the rain really is... That's what that's what the weather's like around the Spa track, isn't it? In this forest, it's the years in real life. I can remember watching this track when I was young, and have it quite literally raining around on the pit straight in through Eau Rouge, but completely bone dry at the back end of the track. It's just one of those tracks. It can literally be raining on one half and not the other. In real life, not in the game. Unfortunately, they haven't created that much realism just yet. Corey gave up not P1, but the lead. I can find the car that's gone past. Oh no, I think that car was Gunnar, but Corey's giving it. Gunnar's giving it back to Corey now. Some good mates from HRF1. Fantastic league that we sort of partner with. They race Sunday at 8 PM and Mondays at 8 PM. So if anybody's interested in those nights, we can get you in touch with HRF1. Just drop me a message or something. So sort of partnering now with Mad F1. Got a very close relationship with PRF1 as well, so there's lots going on for WAOF1. It makes sense. There's a lot of similar drivers that drive across several leagues. FGR as well is another one. So there's a lot of drivers that, not saying the same drivers driving all the leagues, but you know, quite a lot of the drivers will drive in 2 of them. It's good to see these little partnerships happening. Hopefully we can help each other moving forward. This operator having a guess. He's going Carsey, Reed, Mamo. That's the top 3. I don't think you're going to be far wrong on that one, buddy. So I think Meatbro might put his name in there somewhere, but we'll have to see. So anyway, Corey was out first, wasn't he, in Q1 as well, so looking to get out early. I suppose it's important to get out here early, just in case the track gets wetter before it starts drying. These could potentially be the quickest conditions of the session. Probably not, because as Taylor said, it's going to be drying out towards the end of the session, but you can't be 100% sure exactly when it's going to happen, so basically the game gives time slots, so you know it's going to happen within a certain time slot. So it'd be like the first 5 minutes, then the first 5 to 10 minutes, then 10 to 15, then it goes like up to sort of 15 to 30 and 30 to 45, and does it like that. But yeah, so what I'm saying is you may know that it's going to rain between 15 and 30 minutes of qualifying, which is where we are at the moment, but you don't know whether it's going to rain at 20 minutes or 25 minutes sort of thing. It could be any time in between. So lots of times going on the board now in a way. Yeah, it's absolutely chicane. So cars has gone fastest at the moment, 54.4, 54.6 for victory, 55.1 for Mamo. As Gaz across the line, 57.0 was P8, just dropped to P9. Moomin went up into P5 that knocked him down. Gonzo's not managed to get a proper time on the board. He's around again, so if he does miss the top conditions for the session, that could be a problem for him. There's Master Bear debuting in WAOF1 tonight as well. Now, I know Master Bear, I drive with him on Wednesdays and sometimes Thursdays, but mostly Wednesdays in ERC. And he's a very good driver, 54.8. He drives in AlphaTauri in the Realistic League, and I think he's sat 3rd or 4th in the championship at the moment, so he's doing a fantastic job. Meet Braun. Ah, no, that's the Haas that's behind us, okay. Wait, Reed's invalidated. Meet Braun in. Let's use the other camera. So we get an idea what it's like for the drivers. So see, we know from the lap times how much worse it is now. But Carty a full 11.5 seconds off what he did in Q1, so it is about right, to be fair, for intermediates. Obviously, depends on the length of the track, how much time you're likely to lose by switching to intermediates as opposed to slicks, but say for this length of track, 11.5 seconds sounds about right. Well, next year, this year in real life, but on next year's game, I'm guessing, just thinking out loud here, but I think Spa will become the longest lap of the season. With the changes that's been made to Singapore, changes that's already been made to Abu Dhabi. The only one I'm not sure of actually is Las Vegas, because it is actually quite a long lap, Las Vegas, so I think Spa will be longer, but it is quite long though, Las Vegas. Lead on his second attempt here. Fortunately, I watched that YouTube video on Lando Norris doing laps of Las Vegas on the new game. So, I can't remember for the life of me what sort of times he was doing. He wasn't very good either, so I know it seems ridiculous saying that, but he wasn't very good. So I didn't take too much notice of his times in a way. Here's Reed then, out the final corner, and comes across the line to a 155.8. That puts him into P9, just inside the top 10. But This could well be one of those sessions where the last guys over the line have the advantage if it does start to dry up as Mamo goes into P2 on a 54.4. Oh, dear. Well, get out of the way there, Gonzo. So, sorry, Meatball over the line. Let's have a gander at that one. Yep, improves by nearly 9 tenths. Just behind Carsey. See if we can spot somebody with a minus delta here. Well, WAOF1 James has just crossed the line and improved and gone P9 just ahead of Reed. Those are lovely users getting on. And often in qualifying that was going to say that Reed and users are next to each other on track as teammates, but got it for now at least. See, that shows you quite a good difference between the dry and the wet there. So obviously people are going through the left-hander there, Pouant, in 7th in the dry, but down to 5th in the wet. So on the inters. Comes in the lift there, as that should be absolutely flat out, you see, but you've got a lift. It's not impossible, by the way, to go through there flat out in these conditions, but because they'll be set up for the dry rather than the wet, they're not set up to be able to do that. 7th then for Oozers, that's a decent lap, 55.226 at the moment. See if that's enough to get him through later on. That's crosses the line, goes P13, 156.141. That's like that Taylor. Who's that? Who's had a moment? Rouge, I think it's Oozers, isn't it? The yellow flag came out while he was in Rouge actually quite on his own, so I don't think he's just getting yellow flag because he slowed down to let people through. I think that is he's invalidated. He must have actually had a moment. Checking in, purple set to 1. It does look a bit brighter now to me. I think we are starting to see the sun a little bit. So everybody should be on track. The guys that are still sitting in the pits, they need to get out now. They cannot wait any longer, because they won't have time. Nobody should be sat in the pit. Not even Carsey should be sat in the pit here. Any of those drivers don't come out in time to get an outlap completed, they're in trouble. Leapfrog's 3/4 of a second up. It's enough to put him half a second ahead of Carsey, and more, in fact. And he's only going to gain through the final sector. And he's saved enough energy as well, but he's going to be able to get another go in as well, so... Well, for me then, Carsey and Corey's not got out. He's still sat in the pit. So Meatball goes fastest, 53.149. This track is going to get drier and drier. I think Carsey and Mamo are in trouble here. Call me mad if you like, but I think they're in trouble. We'll have to see, but I genuinely think that they are in trouble here. victory, purple sector 2. Looking pretty handy, the debutante. And look how fast he was able to go through the left-hander there. Again, he's got about 40% energy he's going to have going on to the new lap, so he's going to be able to have another go as well. So 53.465 goes ahead of Garcia Mamo as well. So again, they're in trouble. James going slow. Don't go too slow, James. Don't actually get ranked. Actually, I haven't got no fuel. This red light's fully red, so fuel light's fully red, I mean, so it might not. Who's that ahead of us? That's easy. Just a little bit wide on exit. That's going to hurt his time a little bit, but he still gets P5, so he goes ahead of Mamo. There's the other car, it's Gunnar. He goes P7, just behind Mamo. Goes quite early on. James is definitely out of fuel. He's just dropped to PLL. Didn't quite invalidate, he's kept it going. It's 9, it's a 1 minute 54.1. That puts him up to P5, Oozers. He goes ahead of Mamo. I think, is that Reed on his way round? It is, but he's not. Oh, he's invalidated. So we're going to lose Reed. Oh, that's a big moment. Hang on, what's happened here? It's a whale who's improving. You're only 2 seconds up. Master Bear was the one I was trying to find. He goes fastest, 52.8. That's not Mamo down to P8. Mamo, you're a lucky boy. I'm telling you, you're a lucky, lucky boy. Whale is going to go ahead of Mamo here. So knocking down to P9, but Gunnar was only 4 thousandths behind him, and Reed got knocked out. So Mamo can count his lucky stars that he hasn't been knocked out of Q2 right then, as Gonzo goes fastest right to death. But, that's the end of Q2 then. So congratulations to our top 10, who were Gonzo, Master Bear, Victory, Meat Burl, Mackenzie, Carsey, Moomin, Oozers, Whale and Mamo, who are through to the pole position shootout. Quite amazingly, when you consider recent times, that we're losing Gunnar in Q2, James, Corey, Gaza and Reed, which is a massive shock. So well, Mamo ended up P10 in the end. Look, how lucky are you? You lucky, lucky boy. Unlucky to the guys that we lost, but congratulations to Victory and Master Bear on their debuts, reaching Q3. Very well done to you two. Gonzo as well, P1 there, but we'll go into the top 10 shootout on what I think is going to be a dry track. Yeah, well done to you too, Taylor. In those conditions, getting the car through, that's with those wings, that's done well there, man. Although I guess everybody's probably set up like that as well. Although actually, no, not everybody will, because that's quite unusual wings to run, to be fair. And Carsey does, he runs very low wings here. But, so, into Q3 then. Well, we're both wrong, operator, aren't we? Because we lost Reed. Reed was in both of our top threes. Should we have another go? Should we just pretend that didn't happen and then have another go? So, I'll stick with Meat Bro. Meat Bro, Carsey, Master Bear. I'm going to go. Meat Bro, Carsey, Master Bear. Actually, you've got to say that Meat Bro and Carsey probably are the two quickest here. But after that, this is a bit of a free-for-all, you know. Mamo, Gonzo, Whale, Moomin, Mackenzie. Along with Master Bear and Victory as well. Poor old Oozers. I mean Oozers as well, sorry. That'd be so rude to Oozers, that's terrible. Anyway, let's go to Mackenzie's out first. See, we're back on the slick tyres. So, well, they should all have plenty of softs to use in a way. They get 2 runs in the session though, not enough time to do any more than that. I think I'm right in saying that the only track you could do 3 runs in Q3 is Austria. I'm not 100% sure. Monaco potentially, maybe? I'm not sure. But Austria you definitely can. But you can't hang about mine on your outlaps and in-laps, so you've got to be straight out at the start of the session and you've got to, you know, you can't just drive around slowly on your outlap and your in-laps do it. So it's not much use. Right, here we go with the first lap. We're going to get an idea now of whether the track is actually fully dry or whether there's still a little bit of water lingering. Sergeant look behind, any signs of spray, can't see anything. Slight lift in Eau Rouge, but he is using, as we know, extremely low wings, so maybe a sacrifice he has to make in order to use those wings. Nicely done so far, I have to say. Oh, well, Mace, that's he has to come off the power there in order to not invalidate. Going by the pool. That will affect his time. You'll know for certain that when he comes out for his last run, that you'll know exactly where the time is. He just wants to get the best time he can on the board. Just give him a decent target to aim for. Yeah, Victory's clearly very good operator. It's hard to say exactly with those where he is pace-wise with the conditions that were there in Q2, but 44.7 from Mackenzie. Then Gonzo immediately does 44.4. Oozers goes across on 44.7. Meat Bro 43.0. Trying to find Carsey. There he is. And Carsey 43.0 as well, but not as quick as Meat Bro. But as I say, you don't quite know if the track is at 100% dry now, so I just think that those guys are going to take quite a chunk of time out of that. Well, we already know that last year's pole was 42.4, so I'd be amazed if Carsey's gotten slower over these last, I was going to say 12 months then, but of course it's not 12 months, but I'd be amazed if he's gotten slower. The last race I did here, I commentated on the top 4 or 5 drivers were in the 42s, so I was expecting that. So Master Bear across the line gets P3 on a 44.0. Victory 44.8. Mamo stayed in the pits for the moment. So it looks like he's only going to do the one run. So, after the first run, it's advantage Meat Burl. And it's advantage. Well, it's hard to say in terms of constructors. Moment, the McLaren's in 4th and 10th, but the Alpines obviously lost operator in Q1, but Garcia in P2 as it stands right now. And obviously there's an awful least laps of the season Spa, but it's still about the same as it's the longest lap, so Master Bear has a spin. Everybody into the pits in a way, so we're just waiting. Mamu's on a night lap, we may as well go to him. Nobody else is going to be doing a time before he does. So he's going to get the one run in. Like, you can, if he has got another set of softs available, then what you can potentially do is if he goes on to the hot lap, if he's not enjoying his lap, then I think you'll have time to be able to pit and get back out again in order to have a second go. But in order to do that, say he'd have to abort the hot lap in order to do that. So it would only be if he absolutely feels that he's not got it right. Lag there, looked like he was heading to the pits for a moment. He did go out wide in order to turn the car around and create the best speed over the line he could, but didn't. Master Bear's left the session. Just sent them invite. So Mamo do 29.8 through the first sector. Master Bear joining back. Well, he's back in time in a way. He's got still got plenty of time to get out. So let's see if we pull on from Mamo. See there, you hang the car out to the left in order to open up the entry to the corner, but it's not the best curb for putting your wheel on, so you don't use much of it. Here then, absolutely flat out through there now that it's bone dry. Across the line then, 1:43.074 from Mamo. He splits Meat Bro and Carsey. Had a Carsey by 4 thousandths. It's into P2. How high will he stay as Moomin looks to do the same thing that we saw Mamo do? Didn't quite get it right. Let's see. This man gets on. Not ideal there. Red Bull's exited the pits just ahead of him. Not ideal. Red Bull stays ahead through Eau Rouge, which is going to. Oh no, he gets out of the way. Obviously, he doesn't want to give Moomin a tow down this straight, so I blame him for that, to be honest. Moomin's down. Sets of 1. That was a slow sets of 1 sign, so. Oh, and he's invalidated. I don't mean that sort of nastily saying it was slow. What I mean is there's a clear big difference in wings between him and his teammate. Whale come on over the line now. Start a hot lap. Just check out. I'm sure Meat Brawl is behind us on track. He's just come up to the chicane to start his hot lap. Well then, so as you don't know, Well is like myself. Well is a fellow pad user. We don't have rigs with the steering wheel and everything. We just use a control pad. And but a pretty decent looking lap to me so far. He didn't get a proper time on the board on his first run, so he's running a little bit blind here, but I think from what we've seen so far, it looks a decent lap. Tenths up. To lift slightly through the second of the two right-handers. 8 tenths up. So whatever happened on his previous lap, it happened in this sector. Comes out the final corner. That all looked pretty decent as well. Gets on the power. Heads on the line. 1 minute 44.3 puts him into P6. That's the checkered flag is out. We can go to Meat Brawl. I didn't see the sector time, but here he comes then. 42.7, that's more like it. He's up in the first sector, but only just under a tenth. What we find in a second. Yeah, he's 5.5 tenths up in the second, so he's heading for pole. Much more like it. I do want to just quickly switch to victory. It's down in sector 2. And cross the line does improve by 2 tenths, goes P6. Mackenzie's into the pits, having a bit of trouble getting in there. He's wedged on the entry. Carsey crosses the line, goes fastest. It's pole position for Carsey. 1 minute 42.423. Master Bear across the line, P4 on debut for Master Bear. Brilliant result. Gonzo. Can he do anything about that? I didn't see what it changed to. 4th, so Gonzo goes into P4. So it's Carsey for pole. Quite convincingly in the end by 3 tenths of a second over Meat Brawl. Mamo in P3. So just the top 2 drivers in the 42s, but a 42.4 from Carsey, exceptional. And matches last. Is it actually faster than last year's pole? Because they were both 42.4s. I forget what I said it was, but it's a low 42.4, so we might well beat. Yeah, so last year's pole position was 1 minute 42.489. So he's beaten last year's pole position that he set in a way by 0.066. Meaning we continue our trend of having gotten a bit quicker at each of the tracks. Albeit by a very, very small margin this time. Kind of strange because we've beaten some of them by like half a second, so quite strange it's been such a small gap at such a long lap. Right, any drivers listening, please do not forget, do not ready up until an admin has said so in the Discord. Do not ready up. We're going to take a quick break, as you know, guys. We normally take about 5 minutes, so as always, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go get me coffee, and then I'll be back. Victory bottled on sector 1. That explains why you're a little bit down. I picked you up at just in sets of 3 and it had your sets of 2 time on there and you're slightly down. So we did well to still get a couple of attempts out of sets of 3 then. Um, there we go. Um, yeah. All right. I didn't actually go through them all, did I? Then. Yeah. Fair play to Oozers. What a qualifying from Oozers, by the way. Anyway, guys. As I say, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back with you shortly for the start of the race. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, guys, back with you. Just waiting now for the shout out for the drivers. So we're going to be heading on to formation lap, of course. Okay, the countdown begins. So the shout out has gone out from Well, and we are looking 22 laps to Spa. Right, so I'm going to try and carry on what I started last week and give a bit of information through the formation laps. So, well, what can we say? We're at Spa-Francorchamps. It's a historic, superb track that's seen some of the greatest races of all time. Um, The actual original track was built in 1921, so it's incredibly old. It was finally redeveloped in 1979, and it was actually one of the original circuits of the championship. So the maiden championship in 1950 was just 7 races long, and Spa was one of those circuits, obviously in its old format, of course. Obviously, it's developed, as you'll know, in the beautiful Ardennes region through the Ardennes forest. The circuit now is actually only half of its original length. It used to be a 14.9 kilometre lap. It's now 7.004 kilometres. So quite literally half. So that was some lap originally. Spa is among Formula 1 drivers' most loved tracks, with its mix of long straights and challenging fast corners, allowing them to push their cars to the edge of the capabilities, if it's dry, that is. The size of the track and the nature of Belgian weather means it can sometimes be raining on one part of the track while being dry, bone dry on another part, meaning grip can vary from one corner to the next. Keeping an eye on the thrilling Eau Rouge, arguably most famous sequence of corners in the world, as the drivers flick left, right, and then up the hill through Radion. The full-length Grand Prix is 44 laps around here, race distance of 308.052 kilometres. The lap record is held by Valtteri Bottas, who set it in 2018 with a 1 minute 46.286. Last year, it was the Red Bulls who dominated Spa. They took a 1-2, Verstappen leading Perez over the line, with the Ferrari of Carlos Sainz in P3. However, we're not real Formula 1, and it'd be good news to you, we're not doing 44 laps either, we're only doing a 22. So our top 3 was a bit of an unusual top 3 last year. So Racing J won here last year, Dean Bryce was 2nd, and Moomin Rider finished up the podium. Rocket Reed was 4th, with Gaza 5th. Carsey finished P8 in a rain-sodden race. Will we get the same a bit later on here? We shall see. As we look to get away, Mamo gets a pretty good launch. So is Gonzo on the outside, although that's contact there between Meatball and Carsey. Carsey seems to recover his momentum and retakes the lead. All sorts of changes, as there always is, as we head up to Eau Rouge for the first time. Can everybody survive? Ferrari heads off there. That was James Adams, but it looks like everybody survived. So I have to tell you, it's a bit of a miracle in itself. Look how tight everybody is as we head up to Radion. Superb racing, absolutely brilliant from everyone. Well done, guys. Wales not been off to a great start. He's dropped down to P12 so far. Victory, I think. Victory had a little moment, or the driver ahead of him had a little. I think Millman had a little moment actually, and Victory had to back out of it. So now we've got an incident, and it's between Reed and Whale. So we got all the way to Pouin before it occurred, but Reed and Whale are round at Pouin. Looking at Whale's car, he seems to be intact. Just have a quick look if we get the other side of Reed's car. No, he looks to be intact as well, so I think everybody's intact. I'm not expecting to see any pitters at the end of the first lap. But Carsey leads them from Mamo P2, Gonzo in P3, Meatball 4, Master Bear again on debut P5 as it stands right now. Mackenzie's just gotten up to 6 ahead of Oozers. He's off to a great start as well. Oh, Meatball's into the pit, so that contact on the back of Carsey has hurt him. And yeah, it's a front wing change. So I couldn't see any obvious signs of damage on his car, but clearly there was something there. Gonzo looks like he might have a run here. Well, Mamo, has he? No, obviously no DRS yet. And well, Mamo would have had DRS off of Carcy in a way. So these top three now with the pit stop as well of Meat Brawl to allow these guys to get away. So they've created a little bit of a gap to Master Bear behind. Just going to go down slightly to Moomin, who's having a look at the inside of Mackenzie. Had a chance in Sakuon, I don't think so. Had to back out of that. So, ooh, that's 3 seconds already for Moomin, very early in the race. Right, if we were to stay dry all the way through, we're not expecting it to, but if it was to stay dry all the way through, it'd be a complete bog standard one stop. I suspect completing 9 or 10 laps on the medium tyres with the rest on the hards. Or if they're starting on the hards, then around about 12 laps on the hards. That's what you'd expect. But of course, if rain is going to come at some point, then both drivers that started on each of those compounds will be looking to get to the rain before pitting. I've just seen that Taylor asked me how much fuel burn around here. I've got absolutely no idea, mate. I've driven around here for ages. And my driving style is completely different now to what it used to be. I used to need loads of fuel to get round. At all the tracks. Completely different driving style now. Don't need anything like what I used to. So I've still got a whole run of cars. Obviously DRS open now, so I think look like he's going to run maybe Reed on Whale. Maybe a few hand gestures from each of those as they go past. Whichever one blames the other, they probably both blame the other person. So that's usually the way with F1 drivers. They don't tend to go, oh yeah, that was me. They tend to all blame each other. It's never their fault, in my experience. And Gonzo as Meatball picks up a pen in his attempt to recover through, well, not through the field yet, but get to the back of the field as it stands at the moment. Switch this here to Moomin, who's, well, he was starting to look like the most likely for an overtake. And then, of course, somebody tries to overtake somewhere else. So this is Gunnar and James, who has told me that it's Hameth, not James, but I told him I'm from Bristol. We don't say silly things like that. Bristol. Reed sets fastest lap of the race at this early point. And very nicely done from James to get past Gunnar. Did I see some rain then? Or am I imagining things? From that view, I'd say I'm imagining things, to be fair. As they move further down, Dorian having a look at operator. There goes Dorian. Reed on the back of operator as well. Look at this. Oh, it's a few seconds for his troubles there. So we're heading into Pool. Oh, operator just runs wide in Pool, which allows Reed. Be careful there, Reed. Almost found operator having to back out just to actually get round the corner, and enough was aware enough to notice and It's well on the inside. Back to Moomin. It's clearly very close to Mackenzie, but look at the difference. Mackenzie's 68% energy as opposed to Moomin's 10%. Well and good being close enough for DRS, but I can tell you, I've tested this. ERS is much faster than DRS, so literally test this in practice because you could turn your energy completely off. So, sorry, you don't need to turn it completely off, but turn it from normal use to overtake, and then obviously don't just leave it on normal next time you go round and use DRS along the straight and just look at the difference. You can literally see it. So, on the timings, that's down the back straight at Miami. 2/10 difference down the back straight between the two. Stuff happening further down. I was expecting something to happen there, but Reed has got him past Damir and Dorian. Well, Victory's gotten past Operator since we saw Reed get past. So Reed certainly on the charge back through the field. One of only two drivers on mediums at the moment, and the other driver is Meatburl, who pitted. So really, Reed was the only one that started on the mediums. That means so. He feels he could get through to the lane. Oh, Mackenzie's round. Oh, it's that second right-hander. What did I tell you? Nightmare corner this season or this year. Yeah, he's out there to the Tauri, or teammate Damir as well. It really is a nightmare corner. And I can tell you, it's a nightmare corner on brand new soft tyres, let alone hard tyres. And he's into the pits as well, Mackenzie. He must have presumably then made contact with a wall somewhere. Okay, let's go to Gonzo. So we got to Radiant. Long sweeping right-hander. No real opportunities through this middle sector. It's all really a case of trying to get past on the straights. So we saw with Reed, he only got past Operator because Operator ran wide in Puol, but otherwise he wasn't going to get an opportunity there. Bro. Got a penalty. That's the second one, I believe, actually, already. Oh, we've got a yellow, and it's out of Puoi. It's Victory. Victory, if you can hear me, if you can reset to track, buddy. You're beached. There he goes. He's reset to track. He's probably just... I expect Mackenzie probably needs a new pair of underwear after that, but it's set right in front of him. But still, he had to. He couldn't. It was well demonstrated on the stream. He couldn't move. So sometimes the game does that to you. So we do allow drivers, if you just can't move, no matter what you do, then we do allow people to reset to track in those circumstances. Into the pits then comes Taylor again. Probably for the new underwear. And yellow flag at Radiant. Oh, what's happened? It's Gunnar. Gunnar and James, by the looks of it. Oh, they were battling together earlier on very nicely. But perhaps then, perhaps with contact. As Dorian spun it as well at Radiant. The allowed operator through the P16. Going up to Reed, who has another victim in his sights. This time it's the Ferrari of James Adams. And Reed is certainly reaching the point. We know how fast he is, so he's going to have an advantage in a way pace-wise, but we are certainly reaching the point where these mediums will not be really providing him with any actual pace advantage over the hards. As I say, we know Reed's got a pace advantage himself as a driver, so what he can make those mediums do. I have to say, right now, if Reed's got a problem here, the problem for me is that, and Meatball as well, is that there is absolutely no sign of any rain starting. The skies still look quite blue, so that could be a genuine issue for these guys, because these mediums won't go on forever, as the hards can still go another, well, more than double than what they've already done. If you really push the hards, you know, and eke them out, really sort of be nice to the tyres with your driving style, you could make the hards last basically the whole race. So it's the gamble that we took by starting on the mediums. Gamble. For a second suggested. Oh, how is he not out? What? Wow. Oh, resets track. I can't believe he's not lost the wheel there. That's just, this game never ceases to amaze me. It really doesn't. This Reed lets Daniel through because obviously he's heading to the pits. Never lost a wheel, but he did clearly damage the front wing. Reed, so yeah, in fact he's lost the front wing. In fact, so into the pits he goes, and has a bit of trouble getting through a Rouge there. He had to really sort of rotate the steering a lot more than he would like. Taylor's round at the second right-hander. Again, Taylor, if you can hear me, reset to track. Reset to track. Oh, is he going to get it? No, he's been disqualified. Taylor, reset to track. You're beached. You're allowed to reset to track. Oh, that's frustrating for Taylor. So it's the same corner. It's a second right-hander. See, it's a real problem this season. I know I've said it already, but it really is. This year's game, that second of the two right-handers has been every much a bit trouble as Eau Rouge is. And I would say in all the commentating I've done at this track and racing, it's taken more scalps than Eau Rouge from me on this year's game. Oh, it's Malmo's round in P2, coming out of the chicane, La chicane. La chicane, that's what I'll call it, La chicane. So, where have we got any battles going on? Kotze's still on the back of Gaza, but Gaza does make his car about 20 foot wide sometimes. It makes the driver behind feel like it's about 20 foot wide sometimes. Right, we're now on lap 10. this is the point. If you started on the medium tyres, you'd be pitting the end of this lap. Obviously, Reed had to come to the pits for a new front wing, so he's already pitted. Meat Brawler's done 8 laps on his mediums. This is the point where the mediums, if they were on their 10th lap, they would be really starting to lose pace. So it does depend on the setup, so I know that Reed sets his car up in such a way, he's got a lot of speed anyway, but I know that he sets his car, I don't know if it's deliberately, but he sets his car up in such a way to reduce tyre wear from what I could tell. I'm basing this on the fact that I've nicked a setup for my race this week at Circuit of the Americas, as Gonzo is in all sorts of trouble. He's spinning. Spin, spin, spin. Yeah, Taylor, sorry man, but yeah, it is in the rules. So it's basically what you need to do if you're beached is attempt to try and get back to track. If you clearly can, then reset to track and then just take a clip of it. So if the stewards ask you, you can show that I was beached. I did attempt to move, but I can't. In comes Gonzo very early off of the hards. Obviously, he was spinning about, so actually the tyres would have been lit up, wouldn't they? So that's why he's pitting. But where is this rain? The sky is blue. I don't think at the moment, as it stands right now, it does not look like it's going to rain. Clearly the drivers thought it was going to, because you wouldn't have 19 out of 20 drivers starting on hard tyres unless they thought it was going to rain. There's too many drivers that would better off starting on the mediums based on where they qualified. So I give a shout out, by the way, at this point to Oozers, who's having an absolutely... Oozers is having, in my opinion, the best race I've ever seen him have, so I hope continue that through to the end. So, by the way, it was Meat Bro. It's now back up to P6, which is some going. Presumably, I'm sure he did start on the hard tyres, so presumably he's got another set of mediums to go to the end of this race. So, look at Gaza. So, right on the back, a tiny little touch. Hits the inside of the corner, leaves plenty of room on the inside of the exit. More drivers pitting as well. So, Master Bear in the pits, that's going to raise Meat Bro up to P... No, it's not, actually. Master Bear's got on out ahead. So, well, what a debut from Master Bear. He's made a stop. He's made a stop and exited the pits still in P4 on debut. That's absolutely superb. In our Oozers, Corey, everybody. Lots of drivers are in. James gets ahead of Coxie up the long straight. DRS. Missing these overtakes this week. Actually, you could probably imagine that was literally a straight line. DRS open, overtakes don't never miss much, but sector 1 yellows are out. He's turn 1 as well. What's happened? I think it was victory at turn 1. It goes to me. Well, exits the pits just ahead of him. He was trying to get ahead of Whale and just made a little mistake getting on the power perhaps. As Carsey is in from the lead, will Mamo opt to lead the race for a lap, or will he come in as well? Oh, he's going to come in. See, if that was me, I'd have stayed out just so I could say I led that race for a lap. But Moomin, surely... Oh, he's going to follow him in. Surely they're too close, aren't they? They're going to double stack. So, first McLaren in. Where is the second? They are double stacked. Oh dear. This is not good from the McLarens. Which every Alpine fan would love to hear. They're still obviously doing very well, but I don't think he's actually going to lose a place. He's still going to come out as the car behind his teammate, and they're in 5th or 6th, but those behind him are a lot closer now than they would have been if he'd have carried on for another lap. It's got some rain at the end. So that's why people started on the hards then, because they wanted to try and get the hards to the wets, but I think people are realising. But I have to say, mate, you're saying rain at the end, but it is, the sky itself looks a lot more blue than it was at the start of this race. So it just looks like the weather's gone the other way at the moment, but I'll trust you. Did check what was the percentage on the rain, because we have it on approximate, don't we? So what was the percentage? See if we can find a battle somewhere. Got a couple of drivers that are within the 1 second. So Kotze, Gaza, battling for, well, at the moment they're battling for P3. Corey on the back of James Adams. Then behind this you've got James and Gunnar, who are still stuck to each other on track, despite hitting a lap apart. Yellow looks like it's victory. So, tremendous qualifying for a victory on debut, but seems to be having a bit of trouble in the race. What I can't see, of course, is whether he's got any damage. There is the potential that we might be able to change that. Whether F1-23 is going to have an option or not for commentators to be able to see damage and things like that, I don't know. But I'm hoping there is an app on PCs that allow you to see it now, which is something which is used by a commentator in a league I drive in on Saturdays. Just not in a position at the moment to be streaming and using a laptop at the same time, because my internet is really quite bad actually. Oh, we've got a full track yellow. Oh, victory's out. Victory's crashed. Stayed on it, see what happened, but that is a full safety car, so Kelsey won't be pleased. Those guys that have just fitted to the medium touch, well, anybody on our side, look at this, this could not have come better for Gaza. He stayed. Gaza and Kotze stayed out on the hard tires they started this race on. They're going to head to pit, potentially to softs. Softs don't. Oh no, Master Bear has picked up a drive-through penalty. Okay, 60 or 74%. Yeah, that would definitely suggest rain, and that would be at the point where it's hard intermediate rain, so getting close to a turnover to the full wets. So Gaza and Kotze exit the pits in P7 and P8. Wow, what a result for them. It's not a good result for either of the front two, because Kotze had a monumental lead. He's now been destroyed, and Master Bear has picked up a drive-through penalty on debut. What a debut he's having as well. I do feel sorry for Master Bear. Yeah, this has not helped Alpine at all. Okay, it's got Oh, who's that? Oh, that's Master Bear. I suppose ultimately, because of the drive-through he's got, that makes absolutely no difference to his race whatsoever. Oh, we're going around again. His tyres are absolutely lit up, I think. Take it extremely easy the rest of this lap. Say, ultimately, it doesn't make any difference to his race whatsoever because obviously when he takes his drive through, he would drop down to the back of the field anyway, so reaches the back of the safety car. This should allow him to get those tyres cooled down now, so that you can at least restart the race on those tyres. Although ultimately he doesn't need to, he could pit. But, with how late this is getting, Taylor, I don't think the rain's going to affect this race. It's still absolute blue skies, look at it. It's like a summer's day. So we're already, well, we're crossing the line onto lap 16 of 22, so unless when the rain comes it is like so fast in coming down that they have to switch. But my thoughts are at the moment that even if it comes, it's not going to... You know, it's not going to force an actual change in tyres. Right, question is, do we take a look at the penalties? What do you guys think? I historically don't tend to like changing don't tend to like looking at penalties, like to keep it as a bit of a surprise. I don't mind if you guys would like me to. Just remembered, I can send you guys to a quick ad break so that you don't get one hopefully for the rest of this race. Remember where to go. Yeah, I'll just send you to a quick 30-second ad break to try and stop it from coming up again before the end of the race. So the safety car will come in this lap. There's the confirmation of that as Whale reaches the back of the pack. Well, not enjoying best of ends to this game, has to be said. I'd be glad, like most. But, we are seeing the end of this particular year's version of the game, but oh goodness, I've just picked up 5 seconds. Careful, guys, careful. Right, okay. Oh, Carsey's definitely caught Gonzo out there. He's caught Mamo out as well. Carsey, genius. Go early. I've seen that tactic used before on safety car restarts here, and it is very effective. So, yeah. So, as Master Bear into the pits to serve his drive-through then. I said it didn't affect his race to have the spins that he had, but ultimately, I guess he will be that much further behind the back of the pack. He's being right up near the front. Podium places. If he'd have taken a drive-through on a restart, he might have even exited the pits before the last cars went through. So, such a short pit stop here, such a short pit lane. So, right, Get back up to these guys. So, well, right now, it's not good for Alpine in terms of the championship. But the fact that Karius has got P1, he is really minimising damage that McLaren can do. So they're still going to be hot favourites going into the last race of the season for me. But particular McLaren then coming under a bit of attack from the Red Bull of Gonzo, and also Meat Bro is also looking pretty tasty on the back of that as well. I'd say fair play to Meat Bro for this recovery driver. He has extremely well to recover to where he has. Safety car would have helped, no doubt about that. But here comes Gonzo then for P3. So we don't know what the penalties are, so we're not sure exactly. He has taken that place. Certainly on track, he is into the podium places. And Meat Bro now will look to see if he could get past the McLaren. Big by the way so far is back up to P12 now. Whale on those softs has gotten up to P15. So penalty is being picked up. So ideally, let's keep those to the end, as both of those drivers, Reed and Whale, both make up another position at exactly the same time. So Reed now up to P11, well up to P14. So we just keep an eye on this battle at the front. Karius has extended his lead to 2.5 seconds already, so he looks like he is going to march to victory. Just want to follow these guys up, see if Meat Bro gets an opportunity up the straight. Problem for Meat Bro, of course, is that Gonzo, since getting past Moomin, he's not been able to actually get away from him. So, but Meat Bro looks like he's got a run. He got a really good exit there out of Eau Rouge. Oh, careful guys. Gonzo goes defensive and Meat Bro gets both of them. Moomin even got close enough to have a little look at Gonzo there, but oh, Gonzo, careful. Back on track, but his tyres look like they're a little bit covered in the old oh my goodness, load of oversteer. Nick brought in up into P3, moving into P4. A lot of curves to take around there. Okay. Seems to be his actual line. He's going to get after Mamo in a way, but actually Mamo is penalty free. So just a quick look at position changes at the moment. James Adams at 12, which is our biggest gainer of the day. You have to say, team of the day in the race has got to go to Ferrari, because Gaz is up 8 places as well, so they've gained 20 places between them, the Ferraris, today. Foxy here is up 9 places as well. He's done an absolutely superb job. And him and Gaza have been battling all the way through. So they've had some fun. I played with both of them. They're both absolutely on my radar for driver of the day, I think. But who else is standing out? Damir. 5 places today. Strange to think he reads up 4 places in P11, but yep, he is. Damir has got on a... Oh, Gunnar's had a moment. And so Damir up to P12 and up 6 places now. Actually, Damir does have a penalty, so he won't be in line for my driver today, but that doesn't mean he can't get the driver's driver today in Discord, though. I also choose the... Drivers will vote between the 3 drivers that I choose for them. Whoever I choose to be my commentator's driver today can't be involved in that list, so my driver today is separate. So Gunnar looks like he's really struggling. Has he lost his... Yeah, he has lost his wing, look. So... Any late battles? Gonzo's got back past Moomin, but Moomin's still very close and having a look back, maybe. Just 2 laps to go when they cross the line. And it doesn't look like we've got... Oh, Moomin! Oh, he missed his break-in by quite a way. Actually did very well to minimise the contact with Gonzo there. Oh, Damir puts up 3 seconds. Oh, don't say Damir. Don't you dare. He has. He spun it, guys. Oh, Damir. Oops. That was Gunnar giving the ball a smack on the way into the pits. And he retires in the pits, then does Gunnar. Damir. Oh, Damir. Oh, Damir. Do. Hey, Mark. Thanks for joining, mate. It's been quite fun. Been quite a decent race. Plenty going on. Most of it I missed, of course, but as I always do. But yeah, quite intriguing. I try so hard to not look at these penalties, but I kind of need to now. I think, yeah, let's get the penalties up. It's only about a lap and a bit to go, so let's have them up. Penalties. Right, Meat Bro 6 seconds, so he will drop behind Mamo. Gonzo's got 11, so he's going to drop behind Moomin in a way. He's got 6, which will allow Gaza to jump up. And Coxie, who we're on board with here. Is he going to be able to muster up one more go at Gaza? You could see that Gaza's light was flashing. So at this rate, Gaza might actually get within the 1 second of Moomin if he gets a good exit out of turn 1. But he's not going to, as he's run wide, actually. Right, this is a real chance for Coxie, without a doubt. Got to be brave through Eau Rouge. Yes, he has to lift slightly, he would have run out wide. Is that going to hurt him too much? He's got more energy than Gaza, but he hasn't got much. And no. So you feel that that will lead to just probably one more opportunity on the back straight if he can pick up a decent toe. To watch right the way through to the end. It's a really good race. Only 3 retirements around Spa. It's really good going. Obviously, Gunnar didn't need to retire. He's retired in the pit lane. He could have stayed out. I'm not sure what happened to Victory, but I know he was having trouble through the lap before finally crashing. But anyway, up to Carsey, who wins the Spa Grand Prix in Belgium Meatball crosses the line P2, but Mamo gets promoted above him. Gonzo will cross the line P4, but Moomin goes above him. But then Gaza will go ahead of both of them. And Coxie. So Gaza P4, Coxie P5, Oozers P6. What a result from Oozers. Moomin P7, James Adams in P8, Gonzo P9, WAOF1 James in P10, Reed 11, Whale 12, Master Bear 13, Dorian 14, Corian 15th, Operator 16th. I didn't actually notice. Oh, it must have been Damir in P. Oh, Damir! I cannot believe. Oh, he was having such a good race before he spun in the chicane late on. RC comes out to pick up yet another winner's trophy for the season. And it's one thing having pace the way that Carsey does. We know how quick he is. He's super fast, but it's one thing having the pace the way he has. It's quite another delivering it week after week as consistently as he does without the spins and everything that other drivers have. Very exceptional, really. He's got a new brake thing. I don't know what it is actually. Perhaps I'll ask him about it. It's some sort of brake part or something that he's using that he's been struggling to get used to. It's his fastest lap for Carsey as well, 45.3. So that's the extra point for that. My commentator's driver. Oh goodness me! How do I determine between Gaza and Coxie? Gaza finished a place higher, or do I not give it to either of them and give it to Oozers? I'm not. No, Oozers has had it before. Oh. Right, Coxie, thank you very much. Obviously you're a reserve. Well, no, you're not even a reserve. You just jumped in to help us fulfill the grid tonight. So, for that reason, I'm because it is worth a point, I'm going to give it to Gaza, as I think he deserves it. He defended against Coxie really, really well. Let me just scroll through. Oozers absolutely deserves driver of the day as well, but I'm going to give my one to Gaza, and Oozers will be on the list for the drivers' vote. I'm not going to get through the incidents here. Sorry, stewards. It looks like there's a lot of incidents, guys, but that was because we had a lot of penalties, and it records all the warnings for. So not just when a driver gets a penalty for cutting corners, but they get 3 warnings per penalty, and it records every single one of those warnings. So that's why it looks like it's so much. Let's see then if we could get the guys in for a quick chat. So, Carsey, Mamo. Mamo. Wait, oh, hang on. Oh, he's PC. I can't get Mamo in. Where's there's me, bro. Can't find him now for a minute. Have I got Mamo? Has he got the app or something? Have I got him on here? I feel like I have spoken to him before, but. Right, okay. That happened last time with him. Right. There you go, let's try that again. I don't know, can either you or Carsey invite Mamo in?
Yeah, we probably could get that.
Right. Okay, if you two include your audio, and then
Hello.
say if either of you were able to get Mamo in, that'd be great.
I'll message him. Shoot him a wee message.
Cool.
I know he just ran to the toilet.
Ah, right,
A
okay.
minute or two ago, so you might be able to join in a few minutes.
Yeah. All right then. Okay, mate, bro. I'll speak to you first then. So, obviously, cross the line P2, but with the penalties, it dropped you down behind Mamo. So, but still got the podium, which is some recovery drive from earlier on. So just talk
Yeah,
us
well,
through the start. It looked like you hit the back of Carsey, but it was pretty chaotic. So I'm not
yeah.
sure.
I was planning on going for a move around the outside, but then I don't know someone started creeping up there, so I thought I'd switch to the inside, but I apparently switched a bit too late and just went into the back of him, damaged my front wing.
Ah,
Uh, I for sure was not expecting to be here after that had happened, but I mean, I just did what I can. Got a bit lucky with the safety car, obviously, but I mean,
yeah.
I've got no complaints. I'm gonna be completely honest.
No, no. I mean, you've done really well to still get a podium out of that, and yeah. I mean, there's not a lot else to say. I mean, yeah, the safety car did come in an ideal time for you, just like it did for Gaza and Coxey as well. So but you made your own luck by staying out there, because you could have pitted before that,
Yeah.
because obviously you'd gone to the mediums. But yeah, I mean, what was it like getting through the field? Was it generally okay?
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's a very overtake friendly track. I find anyway. Uh, that along with probably some let's say creative moves on my behalf. I mean, yeah, it was alright.
He did
It's
have a nice little double overtake in there at one point. It's a call, so that was a good one.
yeah.
I can't remember who it was on, but yeah, you got a double one, which was looked quite nice on the stream. So fair play on that one. Um,
Yeah.
right, Mamo, can you hear me? Excellent. I can't really hear you. Very very quiet. That's better. Yeah. Um, okay. Have you included your audio? I don't know quite how it works with you. Okay. Hopefully it.
Well, because Helly, didn't you want to like a pre-race interview with Dami, or am I making that up? Because Helly did.
Yeah, I think it did actually. I
Because
just
because
listened to the
he
stream
used
and yeah, I
the
could hear I could
yeah.
hear him, so he is okay.
Okay, perfect.
Excellent.
There we go then.
Okay, Mamo. Obviously promoted back up to second at the end because of the penalties from Meat Brawl, but ultimately you had a really good race. You were up there all the way through, kept it penalty free, did everything you had to do really. If you just sort of take us through it a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, no, so it seemed like a very solid race. I'm not sure if I knew you spun or not actually, but yeah. Excellent. What's it? Now, clear one thing up for me. Were you expecting rain? Okay. Right. Yeah, because Taylor was telling me it was just due to rain at the end, but obviously it never quite came. But okay, okay. Well, congratulations, mate. Carsey, congratulations on another victory for the season. Obviously, it's not really. It's you know nice to get the wins and everything, but it's all about the team tonight. So, obviously, your teammate finished again and picked up some points in P16. So, he's got some points as well. Obviously, the McLaren's finished strong though. So, in terms of constructors, it is going to close the gap a bit, I think.
Yeah, yeah, I was happy enough with the race. This is my first race with my new load cell pedal, and to be honest, practice leading up to it was not looking good. I found like in qualifying I was pretty much okay, but the second I had any wear in my tires, I just wouldn't have like the muscle memory to modulate my braking, and I just lock up horribly. And even when I was practicing with Albert, I would like massively go off the track, like lock the rears and just start to spin. So
Yeah,
I think safety cars probably helped me with that, and I was very pleasantly surprised. I don't think it was, quite on the pace that I would have been with my old pedal, but I'm still learning with it, still practicing. So I'm really happy with, to be honest, getting a win in my first race.
yeah.
With the constructors, I'm not. I don't know because well, I know we needed to score 39 points, and if we did, then it didn't matter how McLaren scored. I think.
Right.
But so I think what we would have got maybe like 32, 33, but McLaren obviously didn't score max points, so we might have just done enough to win constructors. I'm really not sure.
Well,
But
I didn't think so. I thought it was.
yeah,
We'll have to double check that because it must be very very close.
yeah, yeah,
But yeah, I think it's still alive, even though it might be barely. We're
yeah,
needing a
yeah.
bit of
Well, fingers crossed.
oh,
We have it won.
yeah. You did actually manage though in qualifying on that last lap. You did actually manage to just about beat your pole time from last season. So you improved on last season's by 0.068, I think it was. So
Yeah, I'm pleased with that for sure. Considering the lack of practice I've had with this pedal. I would have been annoyed if it was slower than last year, even though clearly that lap I hit last season was a really good lap because I consider myself significantly worse at the game back then. So to have hit that lap must have been pretty good. I must have been happy with it.
yeah, definitely. It's a very good lap. Gave you pole by basically 3 tenths. So yeah, and as a whole, the league has shown throughout the season that each time we visited a track that we did last season, we've been actually around about half a second quicker a lap at most
Yeah,
tracks. So
it's been good to
been
see
a
for
good
sure.
season. Yeah, good to see everybody improving. So that's brilliant. Anyway, congratulations on your victory, then, mate. We'll double check the constructors thing as I'm not sure. So perhaps well or users or someone's in the background doing it now. Massive shout out to Gaza that took my driver of the day for P4. I've forgotten how many places he made up, but it was a load. And also shout out to Coxie, who stood in last second for P5, and Oozers P6. What a result for Oozers. I feel slightly guilty not giving him driver of the day, but it would have been wrong of me not to give it to Gaza. So, okay, for the drivers' vote, Gaza will, Oozers will be in there. Along with Damir was going to be in there until about 2 laps from the end when he spun in the chicane. But that's a shame. But he was having a great race before that. Yeah, I think it will probably be Oozers, Coxie. I don't know about you, mate, bro. Because the recovery drive was great, so I might stick you in there. I don't know. I'll have to have a think. But anyway, you'll be voting for that in the Discord shortly. Anyway, guys, thank you so much to everybody that's watched along with me. And everybody who watches it at a later point because so many people do. So thank you ever so much. We'll be back for the final race of the season next week at is it Abu Dhabi or Brazil? I can't remember.
Brazil.
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 I think
Yeah.
Albert
So
knows that.
yeah.
I've got the date marked.
He's got it in his calendar.
So
Yep.
yeah, we're at Brazil next week then. So we will see you then. As usual, I'll be back on Friday for PRF1. So come and join me for that at 8:30. Other than that, guys, have a nice few days and good night. God bless. See you soon.